Huntington is the second largest city in West Virginia. It is right on the Ohio River, close to both Ohio and Kentucky. The weenie capital of the East is an important place for culture and business in the tri-state area. It also has a surprising number of fun things to see and do. In the last few decades, the small city has made a comeback thanks to its walkable downtown and the Pullman Square Lifestyle Center, which attracts shoppers and diners alike. Huntington is often overlooked as a place to visit, but there are a lot of fun things to do there. There are great museums to visit and beautiful parks in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. However, before we begin our countdown, we would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell icon. Let's get started. Number 10. Jones C. Edwards Stadium. Instead, if you want to see an exciting sports event, the Jones C. Edwards Stadium is the place to go. It's part of the Marshall University campus east of downtown, and it's where the Thundering Herd football team plays all their exciting games. The big arena was finished in time for the first game of the 1991 season. Thousands of passionate Herd fans always fill its seats, making it a great place to be. From each of the stands, fans have a great view of the AstroTurf field, which is dotted with food stands. In the parking areas outside, there are live concerts and tailgating parties before the game. There is also a Thunder Walk, where fans meet the players as they enter the stadium. Number 9. Keith Albee Performing Arts Center. The Keith Albee Performing Arts Center is another great place to go to see a show. It is right in the middle of town, and its fancy auditorium is full of concerts, comedy acts, and off-Broadway shows. When it first opened to the public in 1928, the former Vaudeville Theater and Movie Castle was surprisingly the second largest theater in the whole country. After decades of wear and tear, it has finally been fixed up. Its Spanish Baroque-style interior has stained glass skylights and a night sky with stars, and the lobby is just as grand and impressive. It is now a National Historic Landmark because it is one of the most important cultural places in West Virginia. Number 8. Beech Fork State Park. Beech Fork State Park is just 20 minutes south of the city center. It has a lot of beautiful landscapes, scenery, and nature. Within its large area, you can hike, kayak, and camp as much as you want. There are also lots of playing fields and a swimming pool. It was built in 1978 around a large, beautiful man-made lake with the same name. It has been a popular place for locals and tourists to hang out for a long time. This was made when the Beech and Miller Forks of Twelvepole Creek were dammed. Now, peaceful trails wind their way along its more than 30 miles of shoreline. You can also swim in the lake, fish in the lake, or play a fun game of disc golf. You can also hike and bike through the park's vast woods. Number 7. Museum of Radio and Technology. The Museum of Radio and Technology is a fascinating place to visit because it has a huge collection of early radio equipment and electronic parts. Displays and old photos also show where broadcasting came from and how quickly technology has changed over the years. Since 1991, the museum has worked to keep this history alive and spread education about electronics. Starting in the pre-electrical area, you'll see how wireless communication started in the 1920s before moving on to a typical television and radio store showroom from the 1950s. Everywhere you look, there are old transistors, tape recorders, and even winged-up Victorian phonographs on display. Guests can take a tour of the museum with a passionate and knowledgeable guide. Number 6. Huntington Museum of Art. The Huntington Museum of Art is another one of the best places in the city. It has many beautiful paintings, photos, and sculptures. It is in the Parks Hill neighborhood, just above Ritter Park. Its leafy campus has several hiking trails and a subtropical plant conservatory. It opened to the public in 1952 with 17,000 artifacts and works of art. It is now the largest art museum in West Virginia. Its grand galleries show everything from fine decorative arts from the Near East to collections of ceramics, glass, and guns. There are also beautiful European paintings and Appalachian folk art and Islamic prayer rugs. The museum has a lot of great art, but it also has a coral reef aquarium, 2 outdoor sculpture courts, and a sensory trail. Its studios and auditorium are also often used for shows and workshops that teach people something. Number 5. Camden Park. The old-fashioned Camden Park has been a family favorite for a long time. It has a lot of fun rides and a couple of roller coasters that kids and adults of all ages can enjoy. It is just outside of Huntington, on the way to Canova, and has a haunted house and a charming old carousel, among other things. It was built in 1903 as a picnic area for the workers of the Camden Interstate Railroad Company. It is one of only a dozen trolley parks that are still open in the United States. Along with its 1958-built Big Dipper, the park now has log flume rides, bumper cars, and a mini golf course. Even though the amusement park could use a fresh coat of paint, people keep coming back because of how old-fashioned it looks and feels. Number 4. Downtown Huntington Historic District. The Downtown Huntington Historic District is the heart and soul of the city. It is where most of the best shops, restaurants, and bars are. It is right by the Ohio River and is easy to get around on foot. There are many interesting historic sites and important government buildings in the area. It used to be in bad shape because its steel and manufacturing industries were going out of business, but since the Pullman Square Lifestyle Center opened in 2004, it has gotten a lot better. The Old Main Corridor, which is also known as 4th Avenue, is now a great place to walk around thanks to new lighting and other pedestrian-friendly changes. Along it are a lot of busy shops and restaurants, as well as the very good Keith Albee Performing Arts Center. Number 3. Ritter Park. Ritter Park is another beautiful place to go if you want to spend some time in nature and get some exercise. It is on the south side of the city and has a lot of beautiful green spaces. The Rose Garden, which is known all over the world, is the main attraction. Rufus Switzer, a member of the local council, made the park in 1913. It was built around the quiet little Four-Pole Creek. Over the years, playgrounds, picnic areas, and playing fields have all been built on its well-cared-for grounds. Here, too, there is an outdoor community amphitheater where concerts and shows are put on during the summer. Number 2. Pullman Square. Pullman Square is the real center of Huntington. It was opened in 2004 as part of a big plan to improve the city. You can walk around its lovely, leafy downtown square, visit its lively shops and restaurants, or go to marquee cinemas to see the latest movies. Just across Veterans Memorial Boulevard from the Ohio River and Harris Riverfront Park, the sleek and stylish Lifestyle Center has about 20 stores and restaurants. There's a relaxing spa, an arcade that looks like it's from the 1980s, a Starbucks, a GameStop, and several great restaurants. Because it has a wide range of businesses, the center has been able to turn what used to be a rather sad area into the busy district it is today. Number 1. Heritage Farm Museum and Village. The beautiful Heritage Farm Museum and Village is a must-see for anyone who wants to learn about Appalachian history and culture. At the replica of a rural village, you can see amazing old artifacts, animals, and learn about how early settlers lived. The large park is about 15 minutes by car southwest of the city center and Pullman Square. It is near hills and forests. On its beautiful site, visitors can look around more than a dozen old wooden buildings and watch craftspeople use old tools to show what life was like in the country in the 1850s. Some exhibits look at schools and how society has changed over time, while others look at coal mining, glass blowing, and other skills that have been around for a long time. That's it for today. We hope you found our video interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching and see you next time.